Hello, I'm Neil and welcome to another episode of Road and Race. Very special day today. I have my friend George Osters here from the channel George Osters. How did you come up with the channel name? Just a joke. Yes, we're working on the BMW today, and the reason he's here is because George is a bit of a BMW expert. Many videos on his channel.
Very kind of you, Neil.
Yeah,
very kind of you.
Yeah. Talk about your channel then, George.
Yeah, so I tend to buy cars, generally BMWs that are in a bit of a sorry state. I try to repair them to the best of my ability, and I document them for the pleasure of my viewers. So if you want to see things all BMW, then feel free to check out my channel. I'm sure you'll leave a link
some
in the
great videos on your channel there, and you're also building a garage to envy mine, and
yes.
I'm not jealous at all either. So there you are. Right, so yes, we're working on the air conditioning today. So let's get started.
Let's do it.
First challenge is getting the bonnet open because it's kind of stuck, isn't
It's stuck, yeah.
This is a good start, isn't it? Ooh, all right. Did it make a crunchy noise? No, is it all right?
It's just, no, it's probably just that leaf.
Well, you've earned your money today, George. There you go.
That, you see that spring?
Yeah.
Give that a good clean out and then clean it with some WD-40. It was just that stuck like that, basically.
So, as previously mentioned, my air conditioning doesn't work. It used to work for a time and then kind of stopped working for like a week and then just
probably like a slow leak.
Slow leak.
Yeah.
So I had a mobile aircon guy come and visit me, and he drained the system, put a new gas in it. I'm not sure what gas it was.
Probably nitrogen, I'd imagine. Yeah, it's generally what they do, top it up with nitrogen, see if it holds pressure, and then...
So he must have had a nitrogen detector because he put it all around the car.
Yeah.
And he found there was a leak from the condenser at the front here, which is probably quite common, isn't it?
Yeah.
It takes the brunt of all the
stone chips.
Yeah.
Generally what happens.
So I thought, so anyway, he drained the system out, so it's completely empty now. And I thought, well, whilst we're in there, we might as well replace the compressor as well.
Yeah, it'd be the original, won't it?
Yeah, probably. It's been in there for 140,000 miles.
Yeah.
Plus he said that if you're running the compressor without any gas in the system, it can break the compressor.
Yeah.
I don't know how true that is.
Run dry, essentially,
run dry,
can do, yeah.
So that's what we're doing today. That's our next job.
Should be fun, yeah. Can't wait.
Here are the parts we're going to be fitting. This video is sponsored by Autodoc. They've sent me the parts, so thank you very much. To be fair though, I don't know about you, I would have ordered it from Autodoc anyway. I'm not just saying that because they're sponsoring the video, but they genuinely have everything. Yeah. And they're really cheap.
Yeah, I mean, I've personally used them for, what, 4 or 5 years now. Yeah.
So should we have a look at what they've sent? So in here is the new, oh my word, it's heavy. Can't lift it one hand. It's a new aircon compressor.
And this should be the same as the OEM, shouldn't it?
Yes, well Denso make the one that's in there at the moment. So this should be exactly the same part.
Yeah.
Which goes in there. And this, you might do the honours of that one. That's the condenser.
And it also contains the new dryer as well, which is good. Yeah. But yeah, should be a fairly standard swap, I'd imagine.
If you want some parts from Autodoc, I've got a discount code which is on the screen now.
As well as their website, Autodoc have an app for Android and iOS where you'll be able to order parts for almost any got, as they have over 4 million parts for 166 car brands.
So removing the condenser should be fairly straightforward, he says. Just going to remove this panel here. There's a pipe that connects the condenser up. Remove that, pull it out. Easy peasy.
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay, so I have the Haynes manual. What do you do for working on cars? Do you have a Haynes manual?
Stuck in.
Just guess. Do you not follow a manual or anything?
No. Manuals, what are they?
What? Oh, I'm all about the manual. I'm lost about a manual.
No. Honestly, the best way that I learn is just trial and error. The only time I've used a manual is when I did my first engine rebuild. And that was just to know torque specs and things like that. It wasn't like to go through the step by step, you know, how to remove this. And
I'd love to do an engine rebuild.
Yeah, well, exactly that. That's why I've done one. I said I've always wanted to do one. So I just bought a car that needed one and just done it, I suppose.
So the hardest part of this job is actually getting this kind of hard pipe removed. The trick is to put a punch in this hole and hit it with a hammer so that you can kind of lift this thing away. Once you know how to do that, it comes off really easy. So you self-taught?
Yeah, pretty much.
Just hobby?
Yeah, I mean, my dad is a mechanical engineer, so I guess I've picked up some bits from him, but when it comes to working on cars, it's just, like I said, just getting stuck in and...
Did he encourage you to work on cars?
No, not really. It's not like he said, oh, here's a car, it's got a problem, fix it. He just sort of, I don't know, he's always done everything himself, so I guess I've just picked that up from him.
I always thought working on cars would be really difficult, but I watched every episode of Wheeler Dealers.
Yeah.
And it kind of demystified it for me.
It's all just nuts and bolts.
It is pretty much just nuts and bolts. Usually rusted nuts and bolts.
Yeah.
But
that's when it's a bit more of a nightmare.
yeah. But
do you worry much about breaking parts when working on cars?
well, I don't want to break parts. I mean, what do you mean? I mean,
No, I'm just...
okay.
I'm not saying I'm planning on breaking parts in the car. I'm just saying, like, when it comes to working on cars, do you sort of...
Am I precious about it?
Yeah.
I don't think you can be.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't have a go if you're worried about that.
Yeah, I suppose.
And then you learn, because next time you don't mess it up. Now to attempt to take the compressor out, it's held in by 3 bolts. It's got a hard pipe going into it for the aircon air, and there's an electrical connector. So it's buried deep in there. How are we going to get it out?
It's going to be fun. Well, get the car up in the air.
Yeah.
I think that'll be a good start, and take the under tray off.
Yep.
And I think we're probably going to have to try and move the intercooler hose out of the way.
Yep.
And then hopefully that'll give us enough wiggle room to
Get it all out. Here's the new compressor. So you've got to change out all the O-rings. So there's an O-ring up here, O-ring down here on the other side, 2 O-rings to change out here. Got a little tool to put the stretch belt back on, so you can stretch it over the stuff once it's all installed. That's everything we need to do, isn't it? Oh, we need to fill this with some Padge oil, don't we? Air conditioning oil, don't we? Here we go.
Yeah, which is this stuff.
There we go. How does that go? Do we just tip it in here? Is that how we do it?
I think, yeah, I mean, I'm sure there is an exact measurement how much to add, but I would just add a few drops, basically, just so it's not running dry. To be honest, there may actually be some already in there. So
Okay, we'll have a check.
Yeah, see what happens when we open it up.
Here is the new compressor fitted in place. You really do have to take the anti-roll bar off, and there's no way you're getting that in without it. So there is an electrical connector to put in up there, and then we have to connect up that pipe and then the ones at the top.
Yeah, so one thing to bear in mind when you are doing this job, access is not great. It's very tight up in there, so just give yourself as much room as possible. Get the anti-roll bar out of the way, and yeah, just save yourself a headache. You will have to probably hold it in a position where you get bolts in as well. But once you have bolts in, you can take a little rest and then just get the pipes plugged in, and away you go.
The compressor fitted, we now need to get the belt on it. There's no pulley for it, so it's a stretch belt. So you can see a silver little tool we've inserted there. We just need to now rotate the engine. That should allow the belt to slip on.
Bolt at the top.
We've pushed the charge pipe back on now, and we're just going to bolt the AR anti-roll bar back on now. We're nearly there. We've just got to get this new condenser in this hole and connect up these pipes. So, there we are. Car's all back together. I'm quite pleased. What we're going to do, just turn the car on, just to check things all right and it doesn't explode. I'm going to turn the air conditioning off though, because I don't want to run it with no gas in it. There you go.
Bang.
Huh?
Bang.
Bang! Well, there we are. It's all fitted and ready to go. Obviously, you can't turn on the air conditioning just yet. I need to get it gassed, but I'll get that organised in the next few days. Massive thank you for coming down and helping me. There was a few moments there where it was a bit tight, wasn't it?
It's definitely a lot easier when you've got, you know, two sets of hands.
Yeah,
isn't it?
you're holding it from the bottom, I was holding it from the top, and yeah, it's it would be a lot harder without you being here.
Yeah, definitely.
Please do check out George's channel. Some great how-tos, and there's some really good BMW content on there, so I'll put a link in the description box.
Appreciate it, Neil.
Yeah, well, thanks for coming down. And so yeah, that's everything, and so as usual, thanks for watching.
See you later, guys.
I look good to you. I look tiny. Should I get a box? I've got a Tom Cruise syndrome.
Right, I'll just nail it.
Thank you. I'll dig a hole in the floor for you. This can go on the outtakes at the end.